Hey MK3 fam, it's your girl Works, and I'm back to talk about Lovecraft Country, episode number 7, trying to get us ready for episode number 8, which comes out this weekend. Okay, so episode number 7 was called I Am, basically focused a lot around Hippolyta. It started off with Hippolyta trying to decipher the Ori, and she actually did figure it out. And she saw that inside of the Ori there was a key and there were some coordinates. So, now she's on that road to try and figure out what this leads to. Also, we see Ruby confronting Christina about being William, and Christina actually takes Ruby to the basement of the home that Ruby was saying, you and William are always going in this basement. What's going on in this basement? So Christina takes her to the basement, and that's where she sees the body of the white lady that Ruby becomes. You know how when she takes that potion, she becomes a white lady? And she sees the body of William. So that answered two questions for me. Because one, I wanted to know when Christina said that Captain Lancaster uh, had tried to kill William before. I didn't know whether that was just a lie, whether William really was a real person, or whether this all was just magic. And I thought that the white lady that Ruby was turning into, was also that same white lady from the episode that was controlling those monsters. And I said I knew it was the same lady, and sure enough, there she is laying there. So both of them are dead, and Christina explained that she's using their blood so that she can take on their, visage. So okay, so that answered those questions. But uh it's just everybody has secrets. It's so many secrets. Because Christina, I guess, is going to come clean to Ruby, but she's telling Ruby that all of this involves her past and her family. It's just everybody got secrets on here. It was just a night full of secrets. So now we see that Letty is also starting to have dreams about pregnant Hannah. And for those of you who don't watch the show, you got to watch the show. It's so good. It's so good. But y'all see that she's having almost the same exact dream that Tick is having. And I'm thinking she's having those dreams because she probably is pregnant by Tick. And it's that bloodline that's allowing her to see these things as well. And Hannah's trying to communicate to anybody that she can. So now we have one more piece of the puzzle, that Hannah took the book of names. So it's like, okay, so now it's a race as to who's going to get to the pages or the whole book of names first. Will it be Tick or will it be Christina? Who knows? And now that Christina has kind of opened up to Ruby and they kind of have a bond, what's Ruby going to do? If it comes down to it, is she going to pick her sister, who she has such a strained relationship with, or is she going to pick Christina? Who knows? I don't know. Now we see that Montrose and Sammy are definitely together now, but that comes with its own issues, especially for back during the time when this was supposed to be. And we see that now that Tick knows what's going on with his father and Sammy, that's bringing up a whole bunch of past hurts and emotions. And clearly you can see that some of what Montrose might not have felt comfortable about his sexuality, he kind of, anything that I guess he considered feminine or soft in his son, he wanted to get that out of his son, but probably because he felt bad about having those feelings himself. So that's just making Tick feel some kind of way, because he feels like, so my dad beat me saying he didn't want me to be soft, and it's a whole bunch of stuff going on. There's a lot of problems in there. Anywho, back to Hippolyta. So Hippolyta, while she on the road and she goes and finds all this information, she cuts that machine on. As we saw, she winds up getting sucked through that portal, and it was all things Hippolyta. Hippolyta got to become a Parisian dancer with Josephine Baker. She became a African warrior, and she became a explorer with George. And yes, we saw George again. He made an appearance in this episode, so that was really nice. And but it was good to see Hippolyta come into herself, but it was also sad because she was saying some things that I think a lot of people can relate to. She was saying that she began to shrink and become less of herself. Because I guess people outside of her circle and inside of her circle, outside of her circle, they told her basically she couldn't do certain things, and she started to accept it. And then inside of her circle, where she really needed the support, they didn't necessarily tell her she couldn't do those things and achieve and be great, but they discouraged it. So like George, her husband, he didn't want her, like, she wanted to go on the road. She wanted to expand. She wanted to grow professionally and intellectually. And he didn't want her to go on the road with him because he wanted her to stay safe. And that was understanding that as her husband, he wanted her and their child to be home and stay safe. But by the same token, he didn't realize that that was breaking her spirit, that she wanted to get out there and do something and have some adventure sometimes. So I think a lot of people can relate to that. This show definitely has a lot of dynamics to it, between the pain of father and son, the pain of living in your own truth. It has a lot. So it was really good. And now we see that she left that comic that her daughter wrote at the scene where the cop got shot. So I guess they're going to be finding the daughter and tracking the daughter down. But a couple of things that they did answer this week, well, this week that just passed, that was great. But then it left me with some more questions, because they did let us know that William really was a person and he was dead. But who is the white lady that's laying there dead too? Who is she? That's one of my first questions. Number two, why did Captain Lancaster want to kill William? They never said. I mean, he was supposedly in like a different chapter, I think. So why would he want to kill William? They don't say what's going on with that. And why did Hippolyta steal the Ori out of Letty's house? It was just a couple of questions. Hopefully episode 8 will give us more answers. So it was a lot that went on in this one. So like I said before, if you're not watching Lovecraft Country, all of this is all over the place and you have no idea what I'm talking about. So you need to go and watch Lovecraft Country and catch up so that we can talk about it some more, okay? So I'm looking forward to episode 8. I'm going to try to give a recap and my thoughts on that right away. So y'all be on the lookout for that. Anywho, sharing is caring. Hit the like button, comment, subscribe. And y'all guys know what it is. Lovecraft Country.